It is possible that National Electrical Code Article 110.16 may be expanded in the near future to include additional labeling requirements, including Cal/cm2 ratings. The National Fire Protection Association recently proposed adding these requirements to the 2023 National Electrical Code, and the proposal is currently under consideration by the National Electrical Code Making Panel. The National Fire Protection Association proposal argues that the inclusion of Cal/cm2 ratings on equipment labels would provide valuable information to users and emergency responders. Cal/cm2 ratings indicate the amount of heat energy released per unit of surface area, which is a key factor in assessing the severity of a flash hazard. By providing this information on equipment labels, users would be better informed about the potential hazards associated with the equipment and could take appropriate precautions. The proposal has received support from some segments of the industry, including the Electrical Safety Foundation International and the National Electrical Contractors Association. These organizations believe that the additional labeling requirements would enhance safety and reduce the risk of electrical incidents. However, some industry members have expressed concerns about the proposed expansion. They argue that the additional labeling requirements would be burdensome and could lead to confusion or misinterpretation. They also question the accuracy and consistency of Cal/cm2 ratings. The National Electrical Code Making Panel is currently reviewing the National Fire Protection Association proposal and will ultimately decide whether to include the additional labeling requirements in the 2023 National Electrical Code. If the proposal is approved, the changes would likely take effect in January 2023. It is difficult to predict with certainty whether National Electrical Code Article 110.16 will be expanded to include Cal/cm2 labeling requirements. However, the National Fire Protection Association proposal has generated significant discussion and debate, and the National Electrical Code Making Panel is likely to consider the input from all stakeholders before making a final decision. Article 110.16 of the National Electrical Code focuses on flash protection for electrical equipment. This section mandates that electrical equipment likely to require examination, adjustment, servicing, or maintenance while energized must be field marked to warn qualified persons of potential electric arc flash hazards. The marking must be located so it is visible to qualified persons before examination, adjustment, servicing, or maintenance of the equipment. The details of the marking, such as specific wording, the need for calculating the arc flash boundary, and the personal protective equipment levels, are generally determined through an arc flash risk assessment. This assessment is typically conducted following guidelines outlined in standards like National Fire Protection Association 70A. The goal is to ensure that workers are aware of the potential hazards and can take appropriate safety measures to protect themselves from arc flash incidents. The marking must include nominal system voltage, arc flash boundary, and appropriate personal protective equipment. The Cal/cm2 rating is a measure of incident energy, indicating the amount of heat energy produced by an arc flash at a specific working distance. It's expressed in calories per square centimeter and is a critical factor in selecting appropriate personal protective equipment. High Cal/cm2 values indicate more severe arc flash hazards requiring more robust personal protective equipment. This information is used to determine the level of protection needed to prevent burn injuries in the event of an arc flash. It is crucial to have accurate Cal/cm2 ratings to ensure worker safety. The National Fire Protection Association is a global self-funded non-profit organization established in 1896, devoted to eliminating death, injury, property, and economic loss due to fire, electrical and related hazards. The association delivers information and knowledge through more than 300 consensus codes and standards, research, training, education, outreach, and advocacy, and by partnering with others who share an interest in furthering its mission. The Electrical Safety Foundation International is a non-profit organization dedicated exclusively to promoting electrical safety in the home, school, and workplace. The Electrical Safety Foundation International works to prevent electrical-related injuries, deaths, and fires through public awareness campaigns, educational programs, and research. The National Electrical Contractors Association is a trade association representing electrical contractors in the United States. It provides its members with education, advocacy, and other resources to help them succeed in their businesses. The NEC Code Making Panel is responsible for developing and updating the National Electrical Code, a set of standards for safe electrical installations. The Code Making Panel consists of experts in various fields, including electrical engineering, construction, and safety. The panel reviews proposals for changes to the National Electrical Code and votes on whether to adopt them. The National Electrical Code is updated every 3 years. The arc flash boundary is the distance from energized equipment within which a person could receive a second-degree burn if an arc flash occurred. This boundary is determined based on the voltage and available fault current of the electrical system, as well as the working distance. Qualified persons are those who have the skills and knowledge related to the construction and operation of the electrical equipment and installations and have received safety training to recognize and avoid the hazards involved. The National Electrical Code Article 100 provides definitions. Personal protective equipment is clothing and equipment worn to minimize exposure to hazards, including arc flashes. Common personal protective equipment for electrical work includes flame-resistant clothing, safety glasses, gloves, and helmets. The purpose of marking electrical equipment with flash hazard warnings is to alert qualified persons to the potential for arc flash hazards and to provide them with information necessary to protect themselves. This includes information on the system voltage, arc flash boundary, and required personal protective equipment. Consistent and accurate Cal/CN2 ratings are essential for ensuring worker safety. Inconsistent or inaccurate ratings could lead to the selection of inadequate personal protective equipment, increasing the risk of injury. Concerns about the accuracy and consistency of Cal/CN2 ratings have been raised by some industry members. These concerns highlight the need for standardized testing methods and certification processes to ensure the reliability of Cal/CN2 ratings. If the National Electrical Code Making Panel approves the proposed changes to Article 110.16, the inclusion of Cal/CN2 ratings on equipment labels would become mandatory. This would require manufacturers to provide this information on their equipment and would require employers to ensure that workers have access to this information. The ultimate goal of these efforts is to improve electrical safety and reduce the risk of arc flash incidents. By providing clear and accurate information about arc flash hazards, workers can take appropriate precautions to protect themselves. The National Fire Protection Association 70. E-Standard provides guidance on electrical safety in the workplace, including requirements for arc flash risk assessments and personal protective equipment. This standard is widely recognized and followed in the electrical industry. The National Electrical Code is a comprehensive set of standards for safe electrical installations. It covers a wide range of topics, including wiring methods, overcurrent protection, grounding, and equipment installation. The National Electrical Code is updated every 3 years to reflect changes in technology and industry best practices. The inclusion of Cal/CN2 ratings on equipment labels would be a significant change to the National Electrical Code. It would require manufacturers to provide additional information on their equipment and would require employers to ensure that workers have access to this information. This change would likely have a positive impact on electrical safety. The cost of implementing the proposed changes to National Electrical Code Article 110.16 is a factor that is being considered by the National Electrical Code Making Panel. Some industry members have expressed concerns that the additional labeling requirements would be burdensome and could lead to increased cost. The benefits of the proposed changes, in terms of improved safety and reduced risk of injury, must be weighed against the costs of implementation. The National Electrical Code Making Panel is carefully considering all of the input from stakeholders before making a final decision on the proposed changes to Article 110.16. The panel is committed to ensuring that the National Electrical Code is up to date and reflects the latest best practices in electrical safety. The debate over the inclusion of Cal/CN2 ratings on equipment labels highlights the importance of ongoing discussion and collaboration in the electrical industry. By working together, industry members can identify and address potential hazards and improve electrical safety. The National Electrical Code Making Panel's decision on the proposed changes to Article 110.16 will have a significant impact on the electrical industry. It is important for all stakeholders to stay informed about the latest developments and to participate in the discussion. Arc flash incidents can result in serious injuries, including severe burns, blindness, and even death. The risk of arc flash incidents can be reduced by following safe work practices and using appropriate personal protective equipment. Education and training are essential for ensuring that workers are aware of the potential hazards of arc flash and know how to protect themselves. Employers have a responsibility to provide their employees with the necessary education and training to work safely around electrical equipment. The National Electrical Code and other standards provide guidance on safe work practices and personal protective equipment. The goal is to create a safe working environment for all electrical workers. Arc flash hazard analysis is a critical step in ensuring electrical safety. This analysis involves identifying potential arc flash hazards, determining the severity of the hazards, and selecting appropriate personal protective equipment. Arc flash hazard analysis should be conducted by qualified persons. The results of the analysis should be documented and made available to workers. Regular reviews and updates of arc flash hazard analysis are necessary to ensure that they remain accurate and up to date. Changes in electrical systems or equipment can affect the potential for arc flash hazards. The electrical industry is constantly evolving, with new technologies and equipment being developed all the time. It is important for electrical workers to stay up to date on the latest developments in the industry. This includes attending training courses, reading industry publications, and participating in professional organizations. By staying informed, electrical workers can be better prepared to handle the challenges of their jobs and to protect themselves from potential hazards. The National Electrical Code is a valuable resource for electrical workers. It provides guidance on safe electrical installations and helps to ensure that electrical systems are installed and maintained properly. The National Electrical Code is updated every 3 years to reflect changes in technology and industry best practices. It is important for electrical workers to have access to the latest edition of the National Electrical Code. The National Electrical Code is available for purchase from the National Fire Protection Association and other sources. Many jurisdictions also require that electrical workers be licensed or certified. Licensing and certification requirements vary by location. However, they generally involve passing an examination and completing a certain amount of training or experience. Licensing and certification help to ensure that electrical workers have the knowledge and skills necessary to perform their jobs safely and effectively. The electrical industry is a vital part of the economy. Electrical workers play an essential role in ensuring that homes, businesses, and infrastructure are powered safely and reliably. The electrical industry offers a wide range of career opportunities, from entry-level positions to highly skilled technical roles. A career in the electrical industry can be both challenging and rewarding. The electrical industry is committed to safety. Electrical workers are trained to work safely around electrical equipment and to follow safe work practices. The goal is to prevent electrical accidents and injuries. The electrical industry is constantly working to improve safety. New technologies and equipment are being developed all the time to make electrical work safer. The electrical industry is a leader in safety innovation. The National Electrical Code is a key element in the electrical safety system. It provides a set of rules and guidelines that electrical workers must follow to ensure that electrical systems are installed and maintained safely. The National Electrical Code is constantly being updated to reflect the latest knowledge and best practices in electrical safety. The National Electrical Code is a valuable tool for electrical workers and the public. Electrical inspections are an important part of the electrical safety system. Electrical inspectors review electrical installations to ensure that they comply with the National Electrical Code and other applicable regulations. Electrical inspections help to identify and correct potential safety hazards. Electrical inspections are conducted by qualified inspectors. Electrical permits are typically required for electrical work. Electrical permits help to ensure that electrical work is done safely and in compliance with the National Electrical Code and other applicable regulations. Electrical permits are issued by local authorities. The electrical safety system is a complex and multifaceted system that involves many different stakeholders. These stakeholders include electrical workers, employers, manufacturers, regulators, inspectors, and the public. All of these stakeholders have a role to play in ensuring electrical safety. The goal is to create a safe and reliable electrical system that benefits everyone. The National Electrical Code Making Panel's decision on the proposed changes to Article 110.16 will be an important step in advancing electrical safety. The panel is carefully considering all of the input from stakeholders and is committed to making a decision that is in the best interests of the public.